between the Green Bay Packers and the defending champs of the division.
Just off Lake Shore. For the new NFL season between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears.
It's nice to see everybody's playing their game right now.
At the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Enjoy their post years, you shady little fuck.
By number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And they're back in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago. And now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play meaningful football in January this year. Rodgers now on first down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now here's Inman bringing in the pass. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started.
My God.
First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes from.
Oh!
That'll be tipped and intercepted.
Oh, the crazies. Oh, my God. Did you just watch that?
And they'll set up shop right near midfield.
He did an RPO, and he chucked it to his wide receiver, and I hit his wide receiver, and the ball went screaming in the air right to my linebacker.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive.
And I'll take that interception.
First interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber.
You can turn yours on.
Because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
First carry in the league here for David Montgomery, the man out of Iowa State. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Someone must have taught you that, huh?
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield, and he gets it down to the 32.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Yeah, you must be right behind me because I just ran
Not
out.
much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now play number 7
it's barely
of
a
this
play.
drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the shotgun is Trubisky.
Oh, damn it.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting him score a touchdown versus holding him to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Yeah, you know, he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season.
I feel like they made the training a little easier.
Right downfield,
normally it takes me fucking 20 minutes of frustration to get one.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know them.
Nice.
Rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Holy shit.
Executed crossing route.
You see that?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it, because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way
that
back
kind of game.
when, who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row.
1 quarter, 3-0 lead. This is a lucky-ass interception.
Wrong with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, really?
Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you
especially with 8-minute quarters, I'd be okay with that.
Maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Call it a 3-yard.
Oh, yeah, I'd definitely be down with that.
Into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Trick about that.
Well, that call makes sense, because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense.
That makes sense.
Flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles. Thus,
honestly, with the scores, I was even thinking about going to a 9-minute quarter, the way it's been.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start things off
my
first
God.
with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Wide open receiver complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion.
I know you might be looking for that Bills first round pick.
Runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly.
Is that the 3rd already?
And then he was gone.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover.
I was only at 3-0.
Those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
We can't do that.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. It's
a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield.
Oh, why would you do a spin move?
Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4.
Fucking wide open hole, dude spins away from it. Come on now.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this
one-handed grab.
And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
No way.
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now.
Right,
And I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Now it's Trubisky. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. Charles, you are the master of abstract facts.
What?
So who would you say is the best player ever drafted from Ashland University in Ohio?
How about the only one ever drafted from there? Adam Shaheen, the tight end. Went to the Chicago Bears. Began his college career, though, as a basketball player, Division II in the state of Pennsylvania.
Here is Montgomery on 3rd and goal.
Oof.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway
Crick,
there.
you okay? What are you
The
saying?
Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there.
Motherfuckers taking timeouts like they're going to do something. 40 seconds left.
Are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge in your offense right here. You know, hey, guys,
So
you
what?
help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Well, this, of course, the 100th season of NFL football, and 17 matchups with historical significance have been picked throughout the season. And this is the first of them, Bears and Packers, the NFL's oldest rivalry dating way back to 1921, with the Packers having the all-time edge 96, 94, and 6 ties. The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Rodgers.
Oh, he's wide open. What are you doing?
And he finds Jimmy Graham.
Holy shit.
Now the Packers gonna go ahead and
Dude, when the
use
wide
second
receivers
of
run their
their
route
timeouts
and then they
as
do
it
a
comes
different
with
route,
22
defense
seconds to
sucks.
go here in half number 1. Now whistles here.
Like, they run the route, they stop, and the quarterback has time, and then they
Moving.
fucking do whatever they
That's gonna
want.
set him
The
back
defense just
5
stops.
yards. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Come on, Matt. Get some pressure, bro.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
And left side here, it's Graham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the
Play for you,
20.
dickhead.
That goes for a gain of 31.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. But we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's get the run game going. Come on.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This game not quite as good as
Cohen
the
is
last, but
unfair,
still over 40 yards between the two.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there.
You can make one move, second one's tough sometimes.
That's a good start for him. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
In the backfield. Come on, O-line.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Bears will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because
I'm going to bat that down.
To start a half, other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
You still up?
Not only was it a double move route, it was the dreaded post corner for any defensive back, because you think that he's going all the way to the post in a deep route, and then he breaks it off to the corner. That's hard to flip your hips and get there.
Jones hit, and the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for
he dropped it.
To make it happen.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands up.
On second down, it's Montgomery. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time, as they're on him quickly once more. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
I don't like flush from us.
Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Montgomery back to the ground.
Oh my gosh.
And he will push his way
84 speed
forward
ain't
down
doing
to
me any
about the
fucking favors.
3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that
these tips at the line are
time you
ridiculous.
go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, no shit.
At 6'5", 332, finds his way home for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one
God,
point,
Aaron Rodgers
and
on the
defensive
run
player
is
of the year at the other,
ridiculous.
and they just locked people down.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
He just steps outside the pocket and flings it.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by
Khalil Mack meet Aaron Rodgers.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the
Oh,
attack.
wow, I whiffed that tackle. Fuck me.
Dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield.
Oh, Buda Baker
so how are you gonna
injured.
combat that?
I just
You
tried
know,
to
is
bring
it
him
bring
up
in your
me.
tight end, keep him in, your running backs.
No,
they have
this is
to
the first
step
injury of the
forward.
day.
Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a
I don't know.
chance.
This happened.
After the big
Aaron
play,
Rodgers
a
on fire
chance
with
to
his X
finish
Factor.
now on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Bruce Sterner.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Go for it.
The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here we go with Williams. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Williams stopped up short of the goal line on fourth down. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Now Cohen. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Sling that ball, Trubisky.
They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Speed is eating me up right now.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly.
This is his best play of the day. He's just got a face mask on.
As well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Oh, my gosh.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And
13 rushes, 20 yards.
Absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled it under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game.
But
it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And able to find Graham, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 3, check 3.
Rodgers now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Packers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They decipher that one correctly.
Rodgers going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Well, I got a shutout my first game. Didn't score as many points as I thought it would, though. A lot of field goals.
First Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Bears, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.